good. I want to talk about my first tattoo. So, if you are thinking about getting your first tattoo and you're really unsure about pain or regretting it, etc., I'm gonna talk about a couple of those things. So, first thing, when it comes to getting a tattoo, yes, this is going to be an image or words or whatever that's going to be on your body for life. This becomes a part of you. It needs to be a part of you. It's something that should probably mean something to you, or just something that you really admire, something you really like, a quote, a picture, anything. Um, One thing that's really controversial, I really don't like people who get things that and meanings in Chinese symbols. I think it's so overdone. It's like, what does China mean to you? What does Mandarin mean to you? You don't know what this means. It could say butthole for all you know, which probably doesn't. Tattoo artists are usually very professional. Um, Things that you might be nervous about: pain, regret, the tattoo artists themselves. It's really good, to see a lot of the work that artist has done before. Um, don't do in-home tattoos. That shit's freaky. That's not a good idea. If they're not in like a professional environment, you can't really trust that person because ask yourself, why hasn't this tattoo artist been hired? You know what I mean? It's just common sense. If you need to make sure it's professional, so they're using clean needles, proper ink, and trustworthy people. It's really important, even if they're like free, which is probably a bad sign. You know, you don't want to get into something that you're gonna really regret, healing wise, pain wise, art wise, etc. It's just not a good idea. So make sure you've seen art that's already done by this artist. Make sure you talk to them once or twice, and you maybe want to get to know them a little bit. I actually physically watched my tattoo artist do 3 other tattoos before I myself got him to do mine, and he's really, really amazing. Uh, I would definitely recommend Nick, who is at Fire Vixen Tattoos in Vermeer, BC, and also Sarah is there, and she's really, really great. And I hear she's really nice and everything. Um, on pain, it it depends what kind of person you are. Um, Me and my friend got our tattoos done together. Mine took 45 minutes, and I just kind of I gripped my hands on the bars under the table. I took deep breaths. I talked a little bit with my friend and Nick, and I just kind of got through it. It wasn't. Some parts are more painful than others. Some people say different colors hurt more, different thickness, etc. Usually, outlining is the most painful because I think it's the deepest. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not an artist or anything. But so some people, it depends what kind of person you are. Um, I personally thought it was okay. It feels exactly what you'd think it would feel like. Like someone is taking a needle and scratching your skin. That's what it feels like. But it's weird because you also feel the vibration, and when you feel something vibrating on your skin, it kind of like tickles a little bit. So it's a combination of like the and also the like scratching. So it feels a little bit like, I don't know, literally take a needle and like scratch your skin with it, and that's pretty much what it feels like. Um, so mine took 45 minutes, and my friend's took 5 minutes, and the whole time she's like, "Oh, I felt that. Oh, oh, ah, that hurts. Oh," and so I guess it depends what kind of person you are. My friend could never handle getting like large work done tattooed, but I think that I probably could, and I'm hoping to in the future. Um, on regret, choose something that maybe has you feel a connection to. Because, I mean, if it's your first tattoo, if you're someone like Nick, honestly, he has a leg that he lets people practice on. So he's got like a bunch of like stick men and weird drawings on his leg, and he's covered in tattoos. So a lot of his tattoos maybe weren't that well thought out because he just wants to be tattooed. I don't really know, I can't really speak for him. But I chose something that meant something to me, that kind of symbolized something to me. When people see it, their mind goes straight to what it is more than what it might mean to me. And I'll touch on that more in a sec. But when getting a tattoo, you have to be mature about it. If you're gonna get a large quote, a long quote, they're probably gonna suggest that you put it probably on your stomach or your ribs, which most people don't want to get tattooed in case they get pregnant and then their tattoo is ruined. But you really need to understand that your tattoo is what it represents, what it means, not necessarily what it looks like. I believe that's how people should think when they go in to get a tattoo. That it should be something, even if it gets ruined and looks awful, it still has meaning to you. It's still what it represents. So, another part about maturity, about getting a tattoo, is that, if you're worried about regretting it later on, you shouldn't get it. But if it's something that means a lot to you now, even if you end up regretting it, if you're like, oh, I hate my tattoo, just try to remember what it meant to you at the time. Try to think about how you felt at the time, and just remember loving your tattoo. And, just be mature about it. You're gonna have it forever, whether you like it or not. Like, I'm gonna show you guys my tattoo, and I'm going to explain some of it to you. So this is my first tattoo. Yes, it is Simba, and yes, it is adorable. And most people think of the movie and think of childhood and Disney and whatever when they see it, but to me it means a lot more than that. I grew up watching Disney, but that's not really why I got this tattoo. To me, Lion King represents the lesson of Lion King is to remember who you are and to, be yourself. And for me, I've had a really hard time being myself for most of my life. I've always been super self-conscious and worried about what other people think of me. I try to fit in. I try to do what other people want me to do or like me to do. And it reminds me to stay true to myself. And if someone doesn't like who I am, they can go fuck themselves because I'm me. And also it's adorable, and I'm adorable. So I love my tattoo very much. At first I was like, I wish the line was thicker. Oh, I wish I got it bigger. But it's there, and that's how it's gonna be forever. So I'm very happy with it. You have to be mature about it, about getting a tattoo. And it is possible that later in life you're not gonna like it, but you have to remember what it meant to you, why you got it in the first place, and try to connect to that. So honestly, I was super, super nervous to get my tattoo. I was like shaking, and I couldn't shut up about it all day at work. And I was freaking out. I was so nervous and really, really excited at the same time. And I was more worried about what it would look like. Like, I was worried that the artist wouldn't do a good job. And then I realized, it's not what it looks like, it's what it means to me. Even if it's not perfect, which it's not. There's a couple things about it that aren't perfect, and that's okay. Because it means a lot to me. It's who I am. And I love it. And I can't wait to get my next one. But my next one is going to be really expensive. So, yeah, prices. That's a good topic, too. Mine was $120, I think, altogether. So I put a down payment of $60. So then, I only had to pay so much after it was finished. And where I live, if you don't keep your original appointment, if you cancel your appointment at the last minute or change what your tattoo is going to be to an extent that it's going to take them a lot more time, they will probably charge you for it. They'll keep your deposit or whatever, right? Which is, so don't chicken out. It's gonna be okay. It's People get really worked up about it, but then once they go through it, they're like, "Oh, that was nothing. That was so easy. That's not what I expected." I got all worked up for nothing. Um, my friend slept through her tattoo. She said it was like the best nap of her life. She slept through it. It was ridiculous. And then, but my boyfriend, he kind of was squealing a little bit during his tattoo. He got it on the back of his calf, so it was probably in a bad place. But yeah, so if you're considering getting your tattoo, think about it lots. If it's a quote, write it. Write it on your hand every day. Stick it to your wall. Stick it to your mirror. Stick it to all of your mirrors. Put it in the cupboards, whatever. Just so you look at it a lot and read it. Every single time you see it, read it. And, because you're going to have that on your body for the rest of your life. So you don't want to get sick of it. Same with the picture. If you have the picture already, print out a million copies and put them all over your house. Whatever. Just make sure you look at it lots and you know that's what you want. And it should mean something to you. I think that tattoos should have meaning. Not everyone does. Some people like to go to a tattoo parlor and be like, I want that picture, which I don't, I don't really like that. I feel like it should be something you thought of yourself or admire a lot, something you thought a lot about. That's what I think tattoos should be. So, thanks for watching, and I really hope your first tattoo experience is as good as mine was. Have a nice night.